Today, I'm going to show you how to wire a push-pull pot so it's a coil split on your guitar. It's a very straightforward thing. I'm just going to show you the mechanics of how it works and how you would do it. The first thing you'd want to make sure is that you have a pickup with 4 conductor wires. Even though we call it 4 conductor, there's 5. There will be a bare and a green will be ground. Generally speaking, black will be hot and then white and red will be your coil splits that you're going to be running to the switch. However, keep in mind, companies like Dimarzio will use red as hot and black and white as the coil splits. So you want to look at the specific manufacturer's wiring diagram to figure that out. What I'm going to show you first is the most common switch. This is one I pulled out of a customer's guitar. It got a little messed up. I'm going to show you this one because it's the most common, and then I'll show you my favorite. Both will have links down in the description. What you're looking at is a potentiometer, a straightforward potentiometer that you would see on any type of guitar. And then underneath is a switching system that'll allow you to coil split it. And I want to show you how it works. It's very simple. There is 2 rows of 6 lugs, and this is so that each pickup has its own row, because if you connect the pickups together, they will have bleed through. So all you want to do, attach it to the center. The center is the input into the switch, and then you would solder it to this terminal. It doesn't matter which side, it doesn't matter. After you solder that on, you would take the other pickup and then solder it to the other side. Again, the only thing that's important is that these 2 terminals do not touch. Now, once you've done that, now you've attached it to the input, you want to set it to one of the 2 outputs. And the output you generally we're going to want is the top row, and here's why. The switch does exactly what you think it does. When it's in the down position, it's connecting to this terminal, and when you pull up, it's connecting to the top terminal. In this case, what we're going to want to do is ground out those pickups. Now, what we want to do is take a black wire, because that's going to signify that it's ground. And this time, you're going to run it through the terminals, the 2 top terminals, and run it through both sides. These 2 you do want to touch. And now what you would do is solder it right there. And then what you would do is go ahead and attach this, like you see what somebody did, here to ground. And that's where you would ground this out. Now, this potentiometer needs to be grounded to the rest of the circuit. Now the pickups go into the input of the switch. When you pull up on the switch is now channeling the signal to this ground, which once it grounds out, you're defeating those 2 pickups, and that's why you only have 1 coil of your humbucker going now. When you push it down, it connects to this one, which is connected to nothing. It's like the switch isn't engaged. If for some reason you want it backwards, where you want the coil split to be down, you would just go ahead and follow the process on the down position. In other words, put them down to these terminals and then ground it out. Now, if you have the switch I prefer, again, link in the description, I like the switch because it's a little bit more robust, better quality. I like the way it's constructed. However, this one even works even more simple. You can see it has the 6 terminals like we saw on the other switch, but then the inputs are up here and they are numbered. So again, you would take C1, you would then solder this here, the other pickup to C2, and in this case, you would run 2 ground wires. You would take 1 and 3, here's 1, run that to your ground, and then 3, run that to your ground if you want to pull up and be coil split. That's how a push-pull works. So now you know that's how easy it is to hook up a push-pull pot as a coil split in your guitar. Very straightforward, as you can see. As always, I want to thank you so much for your time. Until the next time, know your gear.